Hello, guys. Yes, I know you miss this face. Yes, I know. I miss you guys too. But today we are going to do something different. Nobody is on vacation. We still need to keep on studying. So, because we are not on vacation, we started doing online content. We'll be bringing these to you hopefully before class time, and we'll be doing some review, talking about some lessons and just general learning so people are not at home doing nothing, right? So, I would like to start with you guys today with a little presentation about what? About St. Patrick's Day. Yes. Let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. We did not have the time to celebrate St. Patrick's Day when it actually happened. So we'll be talking about it here, a little bit of a cultural lesson for our online content. So stay with me. Let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. So today we will take a look at some stuff. Today we will see what it is about, what it is and what it is about, who St. Patrick was, and some curiosities, some things you may not know about St. Patrick's Day. So, what is it? What is who is St. Patrick? Why is everyone wearing green? Why is our whole presentation green? Can you tell? Do you know anything about St. Patrick's Day? Let's go. Let's go together. Let's learn together. So, what is it? It's a party. Generally speaking, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of a lot of things. We'll see what they are in a moment. But people go out in the streets and they dress in green and they use fake orange beards, and everyone wears green and orange sometimes because of Ireland. So why are people doing that? Well, what is it about? Why do people do this? Well, people like to wear lots of green, as I said, so they wear green hats, they wear green bottoms, they wear green wigs, everything is green. That's what people do. They also they eat a lot of green food. I don't know how that tastes. I am not sure I would like some green popcorn. That's kind of weird, but maybe it's good. And people also do some other green foods. They also eat green hamburgers and green meat, green pasta. They eat a lot of green stuff. Everything that they can make green, they will. They also do green drinks. So Ireland is very known for its beers. So people love to drink green beer on St. Patrick's Day, mostly as a kind of celebration. They drink beer all year, but during St. Patrick's, they drink green beer. And then people will drink green juice, maybe some green soda. Yeah, so even sometimes green milk or green coffee. They will turn everything green. And it's a celebration of Ireland. People like to celebrate Ireland and its cultural heritage and its importance to the culture of the United States and some other Western countries. So they celebrate Ireland in general on St. Patrick's Day. And when is it? Can you tell me when St. Patrick's Day is? Well, it's on March 17th. It's actually on March 17th. Can you pronounce it with me? March 17th. Remember our TH, March 17th. Very good. So that's when it's celebrated. Moving on. So who was this guy? Who is St. Patrick and why are we talking about him? Well, let's see. St. Patrick wasn't an Irish person. St. Patrick wasn't even Irish. So why is he so important to Ireland? Well, he was British. It's kind of close. And at the time, it was actually under the Roman Empire. So he was actually born in the Roman Empire. And then this is where his story begins. He was born in Britain, and then it was under control of the Roman Empire at the time. So what happened is when he was a teen, he was only 16 years old, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders. Yes, so bandits, bad guys, came into his town and kidnapped him. So he was taken to Ireland. He wasn't born in Ireland, but he was taken there. And he became captive for 6 years. He was taken into captivity. He worked as a slave. And during those 6 years, something happened. He converted to Christianity. He became a Christian. He started studying Christianity, and he became a Christian. So during that time, actually after that time, he was able to escape. He escaped back to his family. So after he escaped, he continued going to church. He became a priest, then a bishop, and then later a Christian missionary. He started working as a Christian missionary. And what does that mean? That means he would go to other places, to other cities, to other towns, and he would preach Christianity. And only after a while, he returned to Ireland. He returned as a missionary to try to spread Christianity in Ireland. And his death was on March 17th. Look at the date. Remember the date? March 17th, 461. That's the year 461. That's a long time. So yes, St. Patrick lived in the 5th century. 5th century. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th century. Yeah. So he died on March 17th, and after that time, he remained largely forgotten. People didn't really know who St. Patrick was. His story was not famous. He wasn't really that famous. So he was forgotten for a long time. And then after many centuries later, he became the patron saint of Ireland because he became a saint. So people started celebrating the life of St. Patrick, and he became the patron of Ireland. And then there are many myths, right? Because he was a saint, there are many stories, and one of them is that Patrick drove all the snakes from Ireland. He actually removed all the snakes. He made the snakes leave. But how did he do that? How did he make the snakes leave? Well, it's a myth. It's not necessarily true. What really happened was the myth was a way to say that Patrick was cleaning Ireland of paganism. It's all in the symbols. He didn't really remove the snakes. It was all about paganism. He was removing other religions such as Celtic polytheism. That means that people in that area, in Ireland and Scotland, were celebrating many gods. It was a Celtic polytheistic religion. So it was considered pagan by Christianity. So what he did was he removed all those religions from Ireland, all that paganism, all that weird religion, all of that stuff, and he became the patron saint because he cleansed all the paganism of Ireland. It's all about the symbols. But then there is one problem, and it's kind of awkward. It's that Ireland never really had snakes. Yeah, Ireland never had snakes because Ireland is an island, and the sea right here, it's too cold for any snake to ever come in from other countries. So Ireland has never had any snakes. Yes, I know it's kind of weird, but as far as a myth goes, I think it's pretty interesting. And then we come to the Shamrock. This is where the Shamrock is from. If you never heard of the word Shamrock, it's right here, the word Shamrock. it's this. It's a plant with 3 leaves, and he used the shamrock to explain about the Holy Trinity. So you have the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And because he used the shamrock, it became a symbol, right? And people started wearing the shamrock on their clothes, and it became a symbol of Christian pride. Because I am Christian and I love Christianism, I will wear this as my pride. And then after a while, it became a custom. It became very popular to wear green clothes on St. Patrick's Day. It became a popular custom. Again, as a sign of alliance to Christianity, as a pride of being Christian. So the shamrock, he started using it. Can you remember what he used it for? Again, to explain about the Holy Trinity. So Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? So it's a shamrock. That's what people call it, but it doesn't really exist. There isn't really one plant used called a shamrock. Why do people call it shamrock then? Well, it's just a general name for these kinds of plants. People usually call them clovers. And clovers are a type of plant with 3 leaves, right? Sometimes 4. And when they have 4, we say that they are lucky, right? So they are, but usually they are only consisting of 3 leaves. Sometimes they're called shamrock, sometimes they are called clover. Okay. Any questions about shamrock? If you have any questions, talk to me on WhatsApp. Let's discuss St. Patrick's Day and all these symbols. Let's go on to curiosities. Did you know? So the parades and the celebration of St. Patrick's Day didn't really start right after he died. It was a long time before he was considered a saint. And the parades only actually started around the time of the Great Potato Famine of 1840. So yeah, he lived in the 5th century, and he only became famous. The parade, the St. Patrick's Day, only began about 13 centuries later, 1,300 years later. That's a long time. And it was mostly because at the time of the famine, people of Ireland migrated into the United States. They started going to the United States, and there they started doing their parade as a symbol of Irish pride. And then it really took off. Today, the St. Patrick's Day parade in America, it's huge, and we'll see a little bit more about that. So this is a picture of the St. Patrick's Day parade. It's really big. There are bands. This is the New York parade. It's the biggest in the world, and it has 200,000 participants. Do you think that's a lot? Say it with me. 200,000. Yeah, so that's a lot of people. And more than 3 million people come to see it. So 3 million spectators. That's even more people. 3 million, that's a lot. People come from all over United States, sometimes from Canada and other countries to see the St. Patrick's Day parade. It's a big, big event. So let's review. Let's see what we learned today. So we learned what St. Patrick's Day is. It's a party. It's a celebration. And people dress in green. They eat green foods. They drink green drinks. And they celebrate Ireland. And who was St. Patrick? Do you remember? Do you remember the story? Did you forget? St. Patrick was a man who was kidnapped when he was 16 years old, sold into slavery, and then he escaped after converting to Christianity. He became a priest and a missionary, and he went back to Ireland to spread Christianity. And we saw some curiosities about Shamrock, about the parade, and why it's so important. So let's review. I'll do this in English, even though it's in Portuguese on the screen. Stay aware. CRA, they will get in touch with you. The girls will get in touch with you. If you haven't access to CEBRAC English app, we will talk to me and we will see about getting you access to the app so you can do our activities, and this will count as attendance, as presence for class. All right, so that's it for today. I will see you again next online content next time, and that's it. I miss you guys a whole bunch, and I'll see you when this is all over. Huge hug, and see you next time.